So as I was growing up, I said I was good at everything, but I lied. I was bad at one thing. I was
Okay.
like really bad at it. And it
Okay.
was it was sports. I I hated sports class. Tired of conflicting opinions? Looking for unbiased perspectives?
Welcome to the Decision Navigators podcast, where each episode explores a single topic from two opposing viewpoints.
It's not about who's right or wrong, it's about applying your personal context. Tune in every Thursday for a new episode to sharpen your decision making skills. Your decision.
Your mark. This is a surprise for all of our listeners. Moving
Hmm.
forward, you're gonna get to see us on video.
Yes.
Yay! It's not comfortable here, but we're gonna do it either way.
Hmm. I'm doing things out of my comfort
Samar
zone.
convinced me. Like we
Yeah.
had a whole call telling me why we should do it, and I'm
Hmm.
like, why are you doing this to me? Leave me alone.
Yeah.
Yes. So, um, do you know the topic of today?
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
Let
Should we focus on our strengths or weaknesses?
okay.
And right now, just before starting, um, I was telling you what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses in the first place. Like, I don't know. When you
That
come
is
to
so
like
true.
suddenly think of it, like you stop and you think, do I even
Right.
know what are
It,
my strengths or weaknesses
yeah,
before
that
like
got me.
deciding if I want to uh, focus on one of them?
Exactly.
Hmm.
Uh, but when we start having this conversation, you're probably gonna start to list them.
Yeah.
You'll be able to list them in the next 15 minutes. Where like, I think my top strengths are these and my top weaknesses are these. And this is the first question you get whenever you go to an interview, job
Right.
interview. They're gonna ask you like, tell us about your strengths and weaknesses.
Hmm.
And the more you learn about yourself, the more you know how to answer those questions.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree. And like about a week ago, I was helping my friend prepare for for an interview,
Mm,
and we were discussing how she hates that question. She hates when they ask her like, "What are your weaknesses?" Because she feels like you have to give an answer, but like you have to think of it ahead of time.
yeah,
Because you can't be like too real and say like my weakness is that I procrastinate a lot. You have
yes,
to like
exactly.
show that, okay, I know this is my weakness, but I work on it, or like I know how to deal with it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Hmm.
There's this common answer where people are saying, I'm a perfectionist,
You
you
know,
know?
I I did that in my last interview, but I had no idea that it was a common answer. I thought I was like given like that special special
Answer?
answer, but it turns out like everybody says like, "What's your weakness?"
Yes.
I'm a perfectionist.
But you know what? Someone like you are. You
I
are
am. It's actually a real and honest answer. But
exactly.
it was so funny that later on I realized like, oh, everybody says that.
Exactly.
But the good
Let
thing they were impressed at the interview, which
That's
was
good.
great.
That's good. You know what?
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and share my screen and let the audience get to see the article. If
Hmm.
you are interested of looking for those articles, you can find us on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
This is article number 3. Should you focus on your strengths or weaknesses? And you'll get to see, you know, focus on your weaknesses. There's a story of myself, and there is focus on your strength. There's a lot of articles that, try to let us know the benefits of why is it good to focus on your strengths instead of your weaknesses. Um, but with that, is there is there anything that you want to start with, Summer?
Hmm. I think I would like to start with your personal story, Waffle. Like,
Okay.
can you tell us more about
Yeah.
like how you deal with this topic?
Yeah. And I think that's why it's number 3 because it's something that it is personal, and I
Mhm.
can feel it. Let's see. Um, I think a little bit of a background of, a little bit of my background.
Mhm.
I'm 31 years old now, but but back in time, not long time ago, I'm not that old, but long time ago, back in school when I was in, grades from, 6 to 12, I was really good at math and physics,
Mm, impressive.
especially math. And
Mhm.
it all goes back to one of my teachers. She's phenomenal. Like till this day, I'm really thankful for her. She's the
Mhm.
reason why I'm truly successful.
That's so
Um,
sweet.
yes, she is because you know, I lived in Saudi Arabia. Schools were I was in an international school, so it was a French school, and it was
Mhm.
really hard to find a really competent teachers. And once you do find someone, it is a blessing. Like it is a
Mhm.
blessing to see someone that really teaches you and trying to move you from point A to point B and make you better. And
Mhm.
she taught me 4 years consecutively, and that was, she was able to build that foundation.
Wow.
But
Yeah.
anyway, and because of this, because of the lack of competent teachers in other subjects,
Mhm.
um, and I was young enough to not really know how to teach myself, self-teach, what's it called? Self-taught.
Mhm.
So anyway, later on when I went to the college and university, I was like, I'm only good at math and physics. Let me just try, let me go for an engineering degree.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
this is how I used my strength because I know I'm good at it, and my 5 years of school were not that challenging to me because I was
Mhm.
able to get a GPA over 3, um, and
Wow, that's great.
like I think it's like 3.11 cumulative GPA for over 5 years.
Mhm.
But then whenever I moved to the United States, I was like, this is where things got really challenging
Mhm.
because everything that I'm good at is just math and physics and engineering,
Mhm.
degree, but nothing else. I didn't used to be someone that reads. I hated anything related to writing, reading, like anything related to literature,
Yeah.
in like all languages,
Mhm.
whether, Arabic, French, English, everything, even though I was like
Yeah.
taught from the young age.
Mhm.
But this is where I was in that position where, okay, you're here, and even if you want to pursue an engineering position,
Yeah.
you don't know how to talk, you don't know how to you like I had a severe, let's call it severe, but
Yeah.
a really big language barrier. And this is where I come up with this idea, like, should I focus on my strengths or my weaknesses? Some
Mhm. Wow,
people
interesting.
might really work on their strengths. Let's say if I go back in time and I chose to focus on my strengths, then I might probably have a different path where I'm really great as an engineer. Like I've increased my technical skills. It could
Mhm.
be like people would really appreciate my skills and they would hire me because of those skills.
Right, I agree.
Um, but I chose not. I chose to focus on my weaknesses, which are anything except my technical skills.
Mhm. Wow. Wafa, thank you so much for sharing this. Like, this is great because I was thinking about something first. Like, there was like this decision. I don't know if you realized this, but there was this decision that you took back in school when you realized that your strength, like one of your strengths is math and physics. So you took the decision to study civil engineering.
Yep.
So, like if you think of it, your strength, like knowing what your strength is, helped you take that very big decision.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
It was
later
it was
on,
an
yeah.
easy decision. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
take a long time to know what to go for. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I'm so bad at everything that I'm only good at this, and if I'm gonna get through school, it should be those subjects.
Two subjects. Wow.
Hmm.
Actually, I have like a very different story regarding how I took the decision to know what I want to study,
Yeah, go ahead
to
and
know what to,
share it with
yeah,
us.
what I want to major in because like okay, so I was like a really great student, like in all subjects.
Hmm.
We're saying philosophy, English, Arabic, math. It
Yeah,
looks like I'm saying like, wow, oh my God, I was great at everything, but
but
no,
you are
really,
you were an A student.
exactly. So I actually struggled trying to know like if I'm good at everything, like, but what do I really enjoy? Like,
Hmm.
where really is like my strength? Where do I stand out?
Yep,
So in order to know what to major in, I had to do like the research on every single topic, literally
yep.
like every single topic. I there was like this website that they had like interviews with let's say pilots, HR professionals,
Hmm.
um, people who work in medical labs, and all these majors or different career tracks that you can take. And and I used to have like this note paper with me, and I used to write, okay, so I like this, but I don't see myself in
Oh my
this.
God,
But
dude, a
so I had
whole
like
a
this
whole
list.
research and analysis,
Exactly. And what's
analyzing.
funny is that I remember I wrote I want to be a mechanical engineer and a physiotherapist and a pilot.
Oh my
And
God.
and like what does a pilot have to do with a physiotherapist? Like they're two completely different career tracks. But anyway, so then I did not share this, but like I majored in business administration. What I did is that I wrote not what I get good grades at, but what I enjoyed studying.
Yeah,
And then I actually also this is like very interesting. I used to ask my friends and my family. What I used to go to my mom and I used to tell her, Mom, what do you think like I'm really good at? Like what is something that I do and you think like, oh wow, she's good at this. And I
okay.
asked my sisters, my mom, my friends,
Yeah,
and to be honest, I don't really remember the answers, but
yeah.
they were mostly something with like, I'm good at math and I'm good at analytical skills, but at the same time, I really enjoy I think they call them social sciences, so psychology, philosophy. I used to love philosophy, by the way.
Yeah,
And this is like where I realized that my strengths they lie in like two different um how do you say it?
categories.
Categories. Like it's math plus philosophy. Like what?
Mm.
If I have a strength in this and this, then what should I major
I
in?
no, you know what? I think the biggest scholars in math are actually philosophy.
Philosophical.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
yes.
Thank you. So you mean like I'm an yeah. So what happened is that
Hmm.
what did say like I realized like okay, let's um not follow the pilot's career path because of course I'm not going to be able to live this life.
Yeah,
Let me put two majors that I'm really interested in, and they were business administration and psychology.
okay.
And then I realized I want something with a mix of both. I want something that has to do with people, with their
Mm,
behavior, and
hmm.
as well, I love statistics, and I don't want to be only talking about feelings, that this is how I feel and this is what happens. I want like proof regarding feelings and behavior.
Mm, I
So
love that.
when they cross
Yes.
paths, business slash psychology is
Yeah,
human resources.
I know. And then
That's how I took my
we
decision
came
to major
best
in.
friend since
Y-
then.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
So I like that.
mhm.
You chose a path that actually fits your strengths.
So yeah, and maybe you can know what your strengths are by focusing on what you enjoy and what you're good at. So ask
Right.
people around you, like, what am I good at?
Right.
Ha- what do you
But now the
enjoy
question
doing with me?
is
Yeah,
not just when it comes to your
strengths or
what's yeah,
weaknesses.
what's the major or but instead, can you think of any other examples where you used your weakness as a reason why you want to pursue something?
Mm, yes, I do.
Okay.
But it's more like, mm, I was okay. So as I was growing up, I said I was good at everything, but I lied. I was bad at one thing. I was
Okay.
like really bad at it, and
Okay.
it was sports. I hated sports class. Really, I was
Okay.
so bad. We used to stand in line during gym hour to do like those rolls. I don't know what they even call them, like those, was it called cartwheel maybe?
I don't I have
I
no
have no
idea.
idea, but you have to like roll on on something, and then you stand up and you do like this.
Gymnastics, you mean?
Yeah, yeah, it was something like gymnastics
Okay.
slash volleyball. I have no idea what it was. We used to stand in line, and I
Okay.
used to, whenever my my turn
Your
comes,
turn?
I used to go back to the end of the line because I don't want to do this sport thing, gymnastic movement. I hated it. So I was
Yeah.
really bad at anything related to sports. So I
Physical
realized,
activities.
yeah, any physical activities, exactly. So, um, at like an older age,
Hmm.
I realized like I have this weakness, so I have to really work on it, and and I really did put a lot of effort. I went to the gym, I
Yeah.
joined a dancing class, I even joined the kickboxing class, and um,
What motivated you to do all of this?
because I realized like this weakness, okay, it's true that some people have like a natural strength, but I believe like that I can build the strength. I can
Hmm.
build it, and I can learn how to have like this natural movement of someone who is physically fit. So so I joined a dancing class, a kickboxing class,
Yeah.
and many other bodybuilding classes. And this is like a random weakness that doesn't have to do with something intellectual
Intellectual.
exactly,
Yeah.
but it really helped me realize that you can really change when it comes to something you've always thought that it's a weakness, but it can really become a strength. And
Exactly.
what's so funny is that after joining the dancing class, I
You
I was
became
part of a dancing competition, and I won the first place. Do you know
oh
that? Have I told you this before?
no, you didn't. No.
No way. Oh my God. I joined a dancing competition, and it was
You
it
were.
was a teamwork actually. So
Hmm.
so my team and I, we won first place.
Okay.
So this is like proof that you can literally know nothing about something and learn and like build on
100%.
this weakness.
Yeah. Yeah.
And actually, because it's your weakness, you have so much motivation that, you know what, I'm gonna prove to myself first and everyone else that I
Exactly.
can learn, that I can do that.
Exactly. If so, there is that thing. You can if you outwork a smart person, you literally can beat that person. Talent, someone being smart in certain topic or subject, that doesn't mean that you can outwork them and you can be more successful than them if you put your mind into it and
Hmm.
all of the effort. And I think this is what I've experienced and all of like mm, you can see it in my achievements and accomplishment for the past years. Like who would say that I'll be in a position where I need to articulate my, you know, the way that I want to relay a message to an employee because I'm the human resource of of that place.
Yeah, I
So I
am
have
really
to
so
be,
proud of you because
yeah, I have
yeah,
to
it's something
be,
so different than your
exactly
personality and the Wafa that I
that
used to know. Yeah, exactly.
exactly. So like I was so obsessed over my weaknesses, and I said like because I know that those weaknesses, if I don't deal with them, I'm not gonna grow.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And the thing is, like if you pick a weakness, right, and then you literally plan plan out how to improve, it really gives you this advantage of dealing with a lot of things that would make you challenge
Competent.
yourself.
Yeah.
hmm Um, there's a lot of ideas that I have in mind,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's a very um, it's a great like you enjoy the process.
I agree. Yeah. I was just thinking about this, like maybe we should focus on both our strengths and our weaknesses.
Yes, that remind me of the other piece that, hey, Wafa, you're like one of the biggest strengths that you have is actually people skills.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And your weaknesses are the language. Now you
Right.
can't like in order for you to be able to show those skills, you need to work on that. And this
Wow.
is
Oh my God.
yes.
It's like a missing
So,
piece, as you said.
mm-hmm. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
100%. Because I know that I'm someone that enjoy being around people. I enjoy public speaking or enjoy to be under the spot. I don't mind. I
Mm-hmm.
have that confidence. I have this ability to attract people if I wanted to, but
Yeah.
then I have this constraint where like you don't even have the language. Like how
To
are
be
you
able
gonna
like to
engage with
use
them?
the strength that you
hmm
already have. Oh my God. Wow.
Exactly. It was a and it's a journey, and I think this is why I've reached to the like I believe that I'm in a really good place where I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I'm in a successful place.
Yeah,
Um,
that's right.
from my in my opinion, and I think because I still have this obsession over like you have to be great at speaking, writing, and reading, and this is why I'm pursuing my currently I'm pursuing my PhD is literally just it's because of that obsession of like
Building
yeah
those
you have to
skills.
get better.
Mm-hmm.
It started with, reading few sentences and then a paragraph and then a one page, then a story and so on.
Yeah. So I really love this because like what you're trying to say is that sometimes we have strengths, but
Mm-hmm.
like there's another layer to this strength where there's a certain weakness we have to focus on in order to
To
be able
kind of
like
to unlock.
to unlock this strength and like for both of our skills to
Exactly.
like move hand in hand, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like a complementary.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it this cannot be unlocked unless you do this.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. But people they when maybe when they're listening to us, they're gonna think, but we don't stop and think, oh, this is my weakness, I want to work on it, or this is my strength. Like
I
I'm
think they
gonna
do.
they do?
Yes. Let's say you know that you're someone that you worry a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And n- I don't mean you, but
Yeah,
that
yeah,
person. You
yeah.
know that you worry a lot and you think that, you know what, my biggest weakness is that I overthink.
Mm-hmm.
To me, if I were that person, if my weakness is that I overthink everything, I would literally just like pick that weakness and I would like be obsessed over how can I overcome this?
Mm-hmm. I
And
actually do that, but maybe I never labeled it as a weakness. I label these challenges exactly. I label them as challenges. not
Mm-hmm.
exactly weaknesses, because maybe I don't like the word weakness.
Mm-hmm.
And if I refer to like these challenges as weaknesses, like it's like I'm considering, if especially if it's something like I'm an overthinker or like these kind of straight traits, I'm gonna
Mm.
consider myself as weak.
Yes.
So so maybe I I'm more towards calling them challenges. But
Mm-hmm.
at the same time, yeah, you're right. They are like we're working on some kind of weakness that we want to change or
And I
overcome.
think this is the approach that I would always take if that's the situation. I would
Hmm.
pick a weakness and I think I'm repeating the same thing, but and obsess over how to literally be better at this.
Mm,
If I were an overthinker and that is really hindering my progress in all aspect of my life,
yeah.
then I'll better have a plan in place to know how to overcome that.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
that's just literally hindering you,
And
whether
you
at
know,
work, you know,
yeah,
home, friendship, leadership, relationships.
right. And like I even have like something to add to what you're saying is that in order to know if this is like something that I should really put effort to work on, if it's like a priority, you should see like how much is it affecting your performance and your well-being. So let's
Okay.
say if this overthinking part of me is hindering my performance, if it's affecting many aspects of my work, my personal life, my relationships.
And
So
that's why I think it's an
yeah,
easy I
decision.
think people they can easily identify those weaknesses
Mm-hmm.
because they feel it.
Yeah,
If you would give them just a minute or two, they will be able to
to
list
realize like
them.
yeah, like this is
Mm-hmm.
something that affects my life in a not so positive way, and
Mm-hmm.
I should work on it.
Right. But on the
Hmm.
other side, there is a lot of research shows that I'll give you an example. If
Hmm.
you were a leader and you're focusing on someone's
Weaknesses.
weaknesses,
Hmm.
you're not gonna get a lot from them.
Oh.
It's instead you have to focus on their strengths.
Hmm. Why exactly?
I can even relate to that
Mm.
because
Yeah, especially like
because
with your
what
position
you're
right now.
doing, you're pushing that individual to become better by focusing on their strengths instead of trying to highlight their
Hmm.
limitations. Then, when you do that, you're motivating them to move forward. Um, and this would give them the sense of, yeah, I feel I'm better. I'm delivering to the team. My managers see my input and output. They can, they can see my impact. You keep them engaged um, instead of using their weaknesses, for example. You're not good at this and you have to focus on that. Because typically a manager, this is in the workplace,
Hmm.
they can easily uh pick up
Weaknesses.
their weaknesses.
Yeah.
And whenever they highlight their weaknesses, it's kind of demotivating for that individual to like seriously, you've never recognized all of the work that I've done and now you're just
Like
listing out.
highlighting this weakness. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have like a story regarding this that I just remembered from my last job, which was um I had this weakness at
Mm-hmm.
especially that it was my first job, where like I felt easily overwhelmed with the amount of work that I have to do. And then I did not know how to set my priorities right.
Mm.
So my managers, they realized that like directly. And what was great is that they did not like we had like a conversation where I brought this up. Like I told them, I'm struggling with setting my priorities, and this is like a weakness. And I struggled for like a couple of months with this.
Yes,
But
and
the thing is, like as you said, I brought this up. They did not like tell me about it, but when I did, they offered help. They told
okay,
me, okay, so write the your to-do list and everything you have to do, and we're gonna help you set priorities. So
right.
I learned
And
that
this is
to,
a
yeah.
great example of like if this is the example of you have a weakness, which is I don't know how to set priority,
Mm-hmm.
right? And to me, if this is something that individual will struggle with every time, even not just at work, even at home,
Mm-hmm.
if they're gonna focus on that weakness and knows how to prioritize things
Yeah.
and consider it as a skill to learn,
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna see a drastic change
Right.
in their life.
Yeah, I agree. Although here we're focusing on a weakness and not a
Hmm.
strength.
That's right, exactly.
Yeah. But as we said, like during the beginning of our conversation, this weakness, like the other piece of the puzzle,
Hmm.
is that my strength is that when I focus on one task, I'm really good at um doing it in a timely manner and in a good way.
Yeah.
So in order to optimize that strength, I had to go through working on that weakness, which is setting my
Yes.
priorities.
I like
Because,
that.
yeah, because like what benefit would I have if I'm working on something but it's not a priority?
Exactly.
So first I have to know what my priorities are in order to use
I
that
love
other strength
that.
that I have, which is doing things in a good way.
I think that's I love this conclusion.
Yeah, me too.
With that, I think we can conclude our episode with your last thoughts. Anything in addition to that?
Okay. I think my last thoughts on our conversation would be first, for me, I realized that I actually do focus on both my weaknesses and my strengths. It's very important to use our strengths to take certain decisions, like maybe what we want to major at,
Yeah.
or like in order to give ourselves this motivation that actually we're good at something, we know how
Hmm.
to do this and this,
I love that.
and this strength will along the way, along our journey, we're gonna realize in order to optimize that strength and to use it, we have to work on some of our weaknesses.
I love that. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
What are your last thoughts, Wafa?
Oh my God. I don't even have any thoughts after this. Let's see. Um, I like that you highlighted that we need to focus on both.
Mhm.
But maybe there's when you come across a cross path and you have to pick one or the other, see which one that might lead you to a higher chance of a success or a better outcome. For
Mm,
example, as I
I love
said,
that.
if I would take myself as an example and I will go back to the time where would I use my technical skills and work on them because I'm using my strengths, even in the States,
Mhm.
or would I pick the weaknesses? But I think if you really look at the long run, even with the technical skills, if you want to move up, you need that soft skills, that
Yeah.
people skills to be able to become a leader of those technical engineers.
Mhm.
So I think we need to look at the thing from the long run and see which one would we choose.
Yeah, great. I love that,
But
Wafa.
yes, but it's always a mix of working on both,
Mhm.
not disregarding one of them, and it depends on the um, cross path and which one you need to choose along the way.
Mhm. Great. I love that, Wafa. I think we're gonna end our conversation here with
Yeah,
both of our 2 cents, and I really enjoyed this conversation.
yeah, me
And
too.
what's amazing is that we learn as well, like
Yeah,
during our
along the
conversation
way, and
along the
that's why
way.
we're doing this. We're
Yeah.
we're we're recording that because we want to dedicate some time learn about each other, right? And learn together, and not teaching other, but showing others our learning process.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right.
Thank
I'll
you.
see you
Thank
next
you
time.
so much for this amazing
Okay.
conversation, and we'll see you soon.
I'll see you. Bye.
Bye. Bye bye.
Thanks for listening. Remember, sometimes what's holding you back is simply the decision you've yet to make.
Let your personal context be your guide. Until next time.